Ayubowan, Namaskar, good evening distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to the pearl of the Indian Ocean, Sri Lanka, and of course, the heart of Colombo. My name is Sharon Mascarenhas, and on behalf of the Hotel and Restaurant Association of Western India, we warmly welcome you to the 18th Regional Convention here in Colombo, Sri Lanka. Please put your hands together for Mr. Dilip Datwani for the presidential address.
A very good evening to you all, and thank you. It's a pleasure and privilege to welcome you all to the 18th Regional Convention of Hrawi. The Hotel and Restaurant Association of Western India is in its 68th year, having overcome many challenges in its journey and still stands strong. There was no single voice representing the hospitality sector. A few of the stalwarts got together to create a recognized industry body to represent the hospitality industry. Sri Lanka, as this country has a colorful and rich heritage like our country, we've come here to give you a different experience, though being a regional convention. Our convention team has curated relevant topics, invited experts and professionals.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now have the address by the President of the Hotel Association of Sri Lanka, our honorary invitee. Please put your hands together for Mr. Sanath Okwata.
In terms of culture, history, geography and economics, our two countries have a reservoir of shared experiences, despite the obvious difference with regards to the size and scale of things. There's so much more that binds us together. It's therefore make a sense to access each other's experiences with regard to the growth of the tourism sector, to identify potential areas of improvement and to see how we can learn from each other. From beaches to culture, wildlife and other ancient systems of medicinal, which results of a civilization that goes back to 3,000 years, added to this rich interplay with different lifestyles and different cultures and communities, which makes the total Sri Lankan identity. And this is the product that we believe in, and this is the product that we market.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now have the address by the honorary invitee, Mr. Kumar De Silva, who is the chairman of the Sri Lanka Convention Bureau. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to Mr. De Silva.
Sri Lanka is currently experiencing strong growth in tourism and is well positioned to be one of Asia's prominent MICE tourism hotspots as well. I must specifically mention that Sri Lanka is emerging as the destination choice for Indian MICE markets and a shopper's paradise. From weddings to conferences to incentive travel to shopping, Sri Lanka is top of the mind and on the hot list right now. We are also encouraged by the heavy investment by the Indian companies in the Sri Lanka tourism industry, most notably the ITC Group and Krish in Colombo. We welcome new investments, given the huge potential and opportunity that Sri Lanka has to offer. And in conclusion, I would like to thank the chairman and members of the Hotel and Restaurant Association of Western India for inviting me here tonight. And on behalf of the Ministry of Tourism and the Government of Sri Lanka, I wish the 18th Regional Convention every success. Thank you.
Let's put your hands together for our guest of honor, Mr. Aravinda De Silva, to make his address.
As you know, for me, India and people of India is very close to my heart and to my country. I know we beat you all in a very, very important 1996 World Cup semi-final. But I must say that we made some friends who made a very, very special place in my heart throughout my cricketing years. I think just like that situation, we Sri Lanka as a nation, a tiny nation, which I know is one of the most beautiful islands in the Indian Ocean. Also, a lot of my Indian friends love visiting this island, and every time they come, some of them who used to come for the first time always says, we never thought Sri Lanka was such a beautiful place. I think Sanath just mentioned the growth in the tourism industry, and I represent Mahindra Group of India in Sri Lanka, and I sit on the board of Thomas Cook's India. If there is a major event happening in Singapore, you'll see all the flights full. They're all leaving to Singapore for an event.
Please put your hands together for Elephant Foot. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my esteemed honor and privilege now to invite the Councillor of the Economic and Commercial of the Indian High Commission of Sri Lanka. Please join me in putting our hands together for our chief guest, Ms. Suja Menon, to address you now.
We, in fact, launched something called the National Knowledge Network, where people of Sri Lanka would have access to more than 1,600 universities spread across India and the globe. Early this year, sometime in January, when our Honorable Minister of IT visited Sri Lanka. And again, Sri Lanka was the first SAARC country to be part of the NKN, the National Knowledge Network. So I can go on and on of how we consider Sri Lanka as special. There are a lot of things that we can do together, and we firmly believe that the bilateral relationship, the bedrock of any bilateral relationship, is the people-to-people ties. So, as our Foreign Secretary sometimes says, it's the street which should lead the system ahead. The people on the street should feel ownership of the relationship. That will then only the relationship will go further ahead. We have an open sky policy with Sri Lanka. New airlines have started. In fact, I'm proud to say that Sri Lankan Airlines is the largest foreign carrier to India, which should again give a significant boost to the tourism and hospitality industry.
The Senior Vice President, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Gurbakshish Singh Kohli.
To extend a vote of thanks to all those who've been helpful and who have contributed in one way or the other to support our 18th regional convention, and as all of you know, it's the first one we are holding out of India.
Ladies and gentlemen, a man with a great taste, Mr. Rohan Fernando Pulde.
Foodies are common ground, a universal experience, said James Beard, one of the American chefs who taught and mentored generations of professional chefs. So, when we meet together, I have served, for 3 presidents in Sri Lanka. My main duty, apart from my hotel's job role, to take care of the state banquets. If somebody wears bell bottoms now, what will happen? You see, people are going to laugh at you. Same thing, right? For food as well. Just take a picture about 35 years ago, maybe even from Paul Bocuse, and take a present picture from the same restaurant. You can see the vast difference. So we have to adhere to that. And present food trends, it is very, very vital. I'm a very passionate guy. Being a chef, definitely. So the passion you have to. Then I'm proud of whatever I do. Even if I make, a small little thing, I'm very proud to tell. So passion, you should be proud of what you are doing. Then the commitment with the right integrity. If you have these 3 ingredients right, somehow you are a good hotelier.
This is a beautiful love song, so you can grab your partners.
Dancing in the dark, middle of the night, taking your heart and holding it tight. Emotional touch, touching my skin, and asking you to do what you've been doing all over again. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Don't think I can keep it all in. So I will let you know what it is that won't let me go. It's your love, just does something to me. It sends a shock right through me. I can't get enough. And if you wonder about the spell I'm under, oh, it's your love. Talk and everlasting words, and dedicate them all to me. And I'll give you all my life, and hate if you should come to me. You think that I don't even mean a single word I say. It's only words, and words are all I have to take your heart away. Da 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 da.
Feeling inside my bones, it goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights, when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance. my blood is rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop, stop, stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close.
Who made this convention successful, to everybody. I'm not going to start thanking everybody now, but everyone, to Dilip Datwani, who had the faith in us. I'm not going to start yesterday's speech again, but everybody, thank you, Hilton, and thanks to all of you. Great. Cheers.
You're my soul marinero, you're my soul marinero. Soy capitán, una poca elegancia, bonita, allá arriba, allá arriba. You're my soul marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán. Bam, 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 bam. फासले और कम हो रहे हैं, दूर से पास हम हो रहे हैं. फासले और कम हो रहे हैं, दूर से पास हम हो रहे हैं. मांग लूंगा तुझे आसमां से, छीन लूंगा तुझे इस जहां से. तू हाँ कर या ना कर, तू हाँ कर या ना कर. तू है मेरी किरण, तू है मेरी किरण. जादू तेरी नजर, खुशबू तेरा बदन. जादू तेरी नजर, खुशबू तेरा बदन.
We have amongst us
अरे जान जिगर दुनिया है तो सबसे हंसी है, तेरे जैसी और यहाँ कोई नहीं है. शौक अदाए मस्त निगाहें, प्यार भरे दिल में तेरी तूफान उठाए. तेरा तो मैं हूँ दीवाना, तेरा तो मैं हूँ दीवाना, तेरा तो मैं हूँ दीवाना, तेरा तो मैं हूँ दीवाना. ए जान जिगर दुनिया है तो सबसे हंसी है,